Hi, it's Megan. I decided to try one of the Beautylish palettes from Natasha Denona. So this is a brand that they're going to start carrying. And so they had kind of a pre-sale, although these items are available on the Natasha Denona website as well. But from what I understand, she's an Israeli makeup artist who suddenly is kind of like, wow, bursting on the blogs and whatnot in the US. And I had seen some swatches of the palettes. And so what I have are the 5 pan palettes, which are $49. They also have a 10 pan, which is like $98. And then they have these deluxe palettes, one which is like greens and browns, and one which is blues, and other colors too, but it's called like the blue and the green or whatever. And those are $238. So I was really excited to try this. And then I started, I don't know, looking at blogs, other blogs, to see what other people were thinking and other, sites. And it's still a fairly new brand here, seemingly. So there aren't that many reviews, but there were some people complaining about the fact that it's got talc or mica as the first ingredient. Well, mica and then talc, which is a cheaper filler ingredient for a very expensive palette. And then also sometimes that the colors didn't last as well as they perhaps should unless you used an eyeshadow primer. But what's really amazing about the shades is how beautiful they swatch. They're just like vivid, gorgeous, amazing. So the question became for me, and I only have one palette, so I can only comment on this one palette. What did I think? So this is the palette, and people have already started commenting that it's for a $49 palette for 5 shadows. It's not the most deluxe packaging, and you don't get anything here. It's empty. So I didn't lose the brush or anything like that. But I got number 12, which is like the golds and the purples, and a couple of them are sold out. I think there was 12, 14, something like that total. But there are some that, I don't know, I've never seen in stock, so we'll have to see what happens. And I have it on my eyes. This, unusually for me, I put it over a base, so it's over the Tom Ford Sphinx cream eyeshadow, but I think it's fairly true to color, even because the colors are pretty complementary. So this is it. I have only tried it without an eyeshadow base primer because I kind of feel like the videos should reflect what I think of the actual product, not what I can do to make the product better, because that's not really my job. So this is the first shade, and this is a warm gold. The palette is surprisingly warm for a purple based palette, but then again it's a purple gold palette, and it's beautiful, you can see. So this, I said, was a bright yellow gold. It's still kind of very rich, and it has micro glitter in it. I say gold, green, pink. But the micro glitter is the type of micro glitter that you only see when you're outside. You don't see it when you're inside. And I guess I should have said at the beginning when I thought of the formula. This formula really reminds me a lot of the Tom Ford wet dry formula. So that would be the Nude Dip and the Honeymoon. Although I didn't try this, wet also. But it's got that kind of creamy, rich, deep pigmentation, just really not moist exactly, but cushiony kind of, that just applies really smoothly and beautifully. And they're really nicely pigmented. Like, the pigments on these are gorgeous. People weren't complaining about the pigments, they were complaining about the wear time. And the next one is this purple, and they don't have names, so it's just the next one, number 1, number 2, number 3. And this, I said, was a plum with a hint of gold. And they're all pretty metallic, again, like the Tom Ford formula. It's got little bits of micro shimmer in this one, and you kind of can't tell what those colors are. And again, if you can see, they all have a real metallic finish to them. The first one a little bit more than the second one. I don't know, the third one probably most of all, although this one almost has like chunky bits of glitter in it. That's the third one. And I said this one is a gold, so warm gold, and it's got like a hint of deep copper and bronze mixed in. So the copper's adding a little bit of warmth to it, but the bronze is adding a little bit of brown. And applying these, the one thing I had to be careful of is sometimes mixing a couple of the shades together, they would get a little muddy looking where you couldn't really tell one versus the other. The combination I have on my eyes right now is my favorite, which is the first and the fourth. And those to me seemed to wear the best and also to apply the best. So you can see they're really pretty and they're really complementary together. I like them best of all the shades. So this is the fourth one. And this right here I really like. It's a less metallic, I called it a deep lilac, deep lavender. And it still has a little sheen to it, but it's more like a satin sheen. And I think it's such an unusual, beautiful color. I've actually lined my eyes with this one too, and it just makes my eyes totally pop. I really like this one. Oh, I also have a little bit of a purple eyeliner on too, because while I try not to add too many products to a video, I felt like this one didn't have a base shade to put up here, which I don't have one on right now. And also, sorry, it looked way better with an eyeliner than it looked without. This is the last shade. And this right here is kind of an odd color. And it's right there. And I said this was a bronze with a violet plum undertone to it, if that makes any sense. And this is the one I had the most problems with wear time wise. I don't know why, but this one I definitely did see a little, I'm gonna die coughing as I try to make this video. I did see a little, I don't want to say blotchy wear, but maybe less than ideal wear. So as I tried them out and tested them, just reading online and trying these, I've only got the 5 shadows, I did think that overall the pigmentation is beautiful, the formula is beautiful, the application is beautiful, although it can get muddy at times. But I feel like there's a lot of patchiness in the formula itself. And so, like I said, I have 2 clear favorites here, wear time wise, application, and how they look, which were the first and the third shades. So we'll look at that one and that one. The others I thought were really beautiful, but there were some issues with the patchy wear, with not patchy application, but like I said, the muddiness as the colors kind of blend together. So it's a really beautiful palette in a lot of ways. You know, that becomes a price point issue at a certain point, which is it worth it? I was in the purple mood and I kind of wanted the purple and gold thing. So I'm happy with it, but it's a not ideal palette for everyone. How about that? But it is very, very pretty. So anyway, that's my thought on this palette, and I kind of feel like I need more eyeshadows, more and more eyeshadows, right? The last thing I need to really comment on the brand overall, because I got patchiness in my palette and I saw there was a lot of patchiness online, but it is so, so pretty and the colors are beautiful and the formula is really nice as well. Anyway, if you have other of these palettes or shadows, I would love to hear, because there really isn't that many reviews, there aren't many to look at, which always means when I do these on YouTube, I'm kind of guessing based on a whole line and only one palette. So I want to be fair. And please subscribe on YouTube because that really helps me a lot. So this one's pretty. It's not ideal, but it's really, really pretty. Thanks for watching.